Hello everyone, and welcome to another podcast. I'm Gloriously Newbie, and I'm here today with grouden100. like last time.
grouden100!
Let me just close my window real quick.
I'll have mine open for fresh air, but...
Yeah, but I have this fucking dickweed on a motorcycle in my neighborhood, and he's noisy, so I'd rather not compromise.
We live in the same neighborhood, and I don't hear him. Yay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome. Nobody watching. There is no one watching. Dang it.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man. But
I'm in the chat now as well.
Yay.
Pop out to the chat.
Pop out the chat. Get everything situated before we start our little talk.
Yeah, okay, I got the chat popped out.
Alright. I have both my stream tab and my chat open, so if anyone does end up joining, I doubt it, because it's like in the middle of the day. But, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, I mean, you never know.
You never know. We're gonna talk some anime.
Yeah, let's talk some anime.
Yeah. So have you seen any good ones lately?
I mean, this season there are just a lot of good ones running.
Yeah, but I feel like in comparison to other seasons have had more good ones. To be fair. Not even necessarily more good ones, just more. I feel like anime, the rage of anime is kind of starting to die down a little bit.
I'm like on the page now of all the anime that are running this season. There's a lot.
Yeah, but are any of them worth watching?
Let's see. First of all, the season starts towards end of December, so that's one thing to note. So that will also be in here. Let's see. Well, of course, you still have like the slime isekai. You have Shield Hero, Sword Art.
Yeah.
Promised Neverland.
Promised Neverland? I don't know. It just feels like the plot of Promised Neverland is the exact same as that movie I was talking about called Chicken Run. And I can't get past it. I've been enjoying it, but...
I've never seen Chicken Run, so for me the
Oh,
plot
dude,
feels
you'd love that shit. It's so fucking derpy. It's your type of humor.
Okay, so there are some shows that a lot of other people are talking about now. That's Mob Psycho 100 Season 2, and...
I haven't watched the original Mob Psycho. I didn't really take to it, but I did watch One Punch Man, obviously.
One Punch Man I loved, but Mob Psycho didn't ring with me.
No, it didn't really stick. It didn't resonate with my
but
with my
there are a lot of shows here which are mentioned actively and like well known.
Okay. I guess I just wasn't really paying attention then, because I mean, last year, to be fair,
last year was a great
fucking
year.
Great. Overlord, 2 seasons of Overlord. Last year, 2 of them.
Yeah.
It was great. Violet Evergarden. Oh my god, Violet Evergarden. That was such a good anime. I don't want to like advertise or anything, but goddamn, that was a good anime.
It was a little slow for me, so I didn't end up watching.
It was such a nice change of pace for me, though, because I usually watch anime that are like super action-packed and dark or horror, and then I watched Violet Evergarden, and it was just nice and slow. I binged it.
No, I mean that was possible because all the episodes were released at once.
It in fact made me cry a few times.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of anime,
this season is filled with big names.
Okay. Well, speaking of anime that made me cry, another one that made me cry is obviously Naruto.
Naruto never really did that to me.
With me it did. There were a few deaths that really got me. The end of Assassination Classroom also got me.
I got like halfway through the first season, I believe.
Oh, it's a good one. Assassination Classroom is really good. I tried to rewatch it though. I'm not really into rewatching anime. I usually rewatch a little bit and then the nostalgia gets out and then I stop and then I rewatch again way later, but I never watch a whole anime again.
I've watched the original Yu-Gi-Oh like 5 times.
Jesus, how? It's such a boring fucking anime though.
Oh,
like, I loved it when I was little, but I guess I just don't really have anything with the card game anyway. I mean, I
Uh,
do, but
for me, I just loved it. Loved the game. I loved the series. I
I
loved
mean,
the manga, which is surprisingly enough very different.
I loved the anime back when I was little as well, but again, right now, it's just for me, the voice acting is so awkward, and if voice acting is awkward, I
Okay, I
can't
mean to be
watch it.
fair, with any Yu-Gi-Oh series, the dub is bad.
Yeah, but
That's,
the sub is also bad. It's just bad voice acting on both parts. I'm sure I'm gonna get hated for this, but I just don't. No, I just don't like it. It's too awkward. It's too off-putting. Like if an anime doesn't have good voice acting, to me, I stop watching.
okay.
Something I also that is a massive buzzkill for me in anime is when it's a Chinese anime and all the names are Chinese but they're speaking Japanese. It's so weird. It's super weird, and I'm just like, what? Ah. I have the same thing with manga. I found a few pretty good manga, but I just couldn't remember any of the names.
Yeah,
When I
like
first started watching anime, I could immediately remember all of the names. But in the Chinese ones, not a chance.
no, I always have trouble with names. That's something I'm very bad at.
I'm very good at it.
Like whenever someone tells me their name, they have to tell me like two more times over the course that I know them before I remember.
Hmm.
Sometimes at least. Like
I
if it's someone I work with a lot, then I usually remember their name quickly. But if it's someone I pass by, I talk a bit with, and then see them a week later again, I'll probably have forgotten their name.
oh, I don't have that. Usually. With me, it's quite strange. When I meet someone and then I never see them again, I remember their name for the rest of my life. And then when I'm sitting in a room with someone and then we've been talking all night, I just go, "What was your name again?"
Yeah,
Because then
that
they'll tell me
happens.
their name and then I'll start second guessing if I remembered their name correctly. So then I'll ask again and it's like, "Oh, it's this," because it's always okay because we just met. So, yeah.
I'm just very terrible with names and faces. I have people who talk to me. I'm like, I don't
Do
know.
I know you? I hope you didn't have that with me.
No, to be fair, you have a pretty easy name, so
Well, fuck you too, I guess.
I
Your
mean
name's way easier.
that is true. I'm not denying it. I have a very easy.
Stream boy. Stream boy. I do have one person watching right now, by the way. Hey,
Oh,
hey. Hello, welcome to the stream.
yeah. If you want us to talk about something, just say
Yeah,
so in chat, and we will discuss it.
yes, we will. Because anime was just kind of like, yes, we know stuff about that. But if there's something we can talk about that interests you, go right ahead. And if we don't know anything about it, we'll also tell you. But yeah, we'll see how it
So
goes.
yeah,
But like, the anime is one of the few things that can really get me emotional because I always feel more invested in all the characters, so to speak. When I watch a movie, movies don't really get to me at all.
I kind of have a similar issue with movies that they just don't get me hyped as much as anime.
Because with anime, it's well,
And when we say movies,
I
I think we mean live action movies because there are actually anime movies.
yeah, I mean anime movies do also get to me a little bit, but I don't know, I don't know why. It's just I feel like I know that that actor isn't actually gonna die or something deep in my subconscious or something, and that just makes it that I don't get emotional. But when an anime character dies, they die or something, you know? They're gone.
Sometimes in some anime they just
Usually.
keep coming back.
Yeah. End of Shippuden. Um, that sucked, dude.
Uh,
Spoilers for Naruto Shippuden right here. If you don't care, keep listening. But if you do care,
I'm honestly unsure what you're even talking about right now.
Have you watched Shippuden?
I have, but what
When
character
all
came back?
the, like almost all of them,
I mean, yeah,
except
some
like
people
a
died.
handful that didn't.
Yeah, there were a few characters that actually died, and some that should have died and didn't die.
Yeah, but then there were characters that actually died on screen, died, got buried in the ground, and then some cuck just fucking jutsu'd some shit, and then well, you're gonna fight your father, or no? Well, that doesn't happen, but just to give you an example of how much that sucked. Fuck that guy. But yeah,
What do you mean?
that was not nice.
You mean the reanimation jutsu that they
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
back
yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Brought back all the people.
the
Well,
Hokages, right?
eventually, I think.
Yeah, but
But
those were
before
brought
that,
back through the reanimation jutsu.
yeah, but that's still back though.
Though kind of, they're in more of a cursed state than anything else.
Yeah, but they are back. They're not back. Well, one of them comes back, which was fucking awesome. But most of them don't. No.
No, most of them do not.
God, I love that scene. But let's not get too far into it in case the one person watching hasn't seen Naruto.
Well, he isn't saying anything about it,
No,
so.
no.
And he's still here.
Yes, he is. Or she. It might be my sister.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Again, I can't.
Mogelijkerwijze.
I can't tell when they're not talking.
Hmm.
Anyway, yeah.
It's hard to. It's the hard part of being a beginning streamer. The chat is a barren wasteland most days.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then there's also like, oh sorry.
I mean, you could also take something like Dragon Ball. It's really fun to watch, but the character deaths usually don't feel like they mean anything.
I disagree.
Okay, but yeah, I'm still gonna say it, like, because the Dragon Balls keep bringing people back to life, so
Yeah.
the deaths
Yeah.
really don't hit hard.
Like that's pretty much, from what I gather, like this series is, oh, someone dies, we gotta go gather the Dragon Balls, and then you gather all the Dragon Balls, you bring them back to life, and then someone else dies, and you do it again.
Basically.
That's stupid.
I mean, they can still lose, because if certain people die, the Dragon Balls will deactivate. And can no longer be used.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
What
Like,
do you
there's
mean
basically,
certain people?
There's like, well, currently there are 3 sets of Dragon Balls. 2 of them are made by creatures known as Namekians, and if they die, the Namekian that made them, the balls will turn to stone.
Oh, that makes sense, at least.
Yeah. And the Dragon Balls that are on Earth have actually been deactivated once, because the maker had died.
And then they had to gather a different set of Dragon Balls to bring
Then they
them
had
back.
to go to the home planet of the Namekians to find the Dragon Balls there.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm never watching Dragon Ball.
I mean, that is fair.
That sounds so fucking dumb.
It sounds dumb, but it was still an exciting arc.
It sounds like Easter the Universe the anime, and I am not up for watching that. God damn. It's like a scavenger hunt. Fucking hell.
Kind of. Not really.
Whatever.
Because, like, they get onto Namek, and then they figure out that Frieza, an evil space imp, was
Isn't that
there.
Bowser's fucking right hand? Oh no, that's Kamek.
How did you confuse Frieza and Kamek?
You said Namek.
Oh, Namek. Yeah, that's the planet.
Okay. Is that the planet Frieza is from? Because I do know Frieza.
No, Frieza's planet's never been explicitly mentioned.
Let me see what characters I know. I know Goku.
I mean, yeah.
I know Vegeta. I know Piccolo.
Yeah.
I know Trunks.
Yeah.
Bulma?
Yeah, that's also a character.
Is it Roshi?
Yeah.
Cell?
Oh, Cell's my favorite villain.
Oh, like that's the one Dragon Ball character that I'm like, yeah, he does look pretty cool. Majin Buu?
Yeah.
And that's about it.
No, the story is really cool. It's just that the fact that they keep like it started
Isn't
out
there a
as
guy called Mr. Satan?
yes, there is actually a character.
Oh,
called
and
Mr.
Android 18. I like Android 18 as well.
I liked 17.
Okay. Yeah, but 17
he was a
isn't the
badass
chick,
during
I
the.
think.
Huh?
17 isn't the badass, though, I think. 18 is
No,
the chick, right?
18 is the chick, and
Yeah.
17 is the
I
twin brother of her.
cannot tell you how many fucking Rule 34 pictures I've seen of her. It is
Oh yeah.
insane. They are fucking everywhere, even if you're not looking for them.
She's like the only relevant female fighter.
Wow.
You have like
Actually,
two.
though?
You have like two other females that fight. One of them being Chi-Chi, who before the start of Z was already basically irrelevant. And you have what was the other one? Fidel, which it's the daughter of Mr. Satan, and is also not all that strong. Like she's strong for a normal
And
human,
she's an
but
android, right?
18 is an android.
But she has a kid, right?
She's technically a cyborg, actually.
Okay. That's not
It's
a
really
fucking
confusing.
android.
Yeah.
Then it should be
it's weird.
Cyborg 18. What the fuck? Misadvertising.
It's I believe a mistranslation because I believe her Japanese name comes down to number 18, which makes sense. She's
But-
the
yeah,
18th
okay.
robot thing created by Dr. Gero.
Cyborg.
Well, Cyborg is a robot thingy because he actually created actual androids.
Yeah, okay.
The first
an
one that was
android-
introduced.
Androids are like robots, but they're like made to have like
To resemble humans.
yeah, not just resemble humans on the outside, but also kind of on the inside, because they have like a skeleton and muscles and stuff. Depending on how high tech the androids are, but yeah, they're made to look like people.
Now,
Whereas
considering
robots
that
could be
Android 8,
anything.
which is another character, actually looked like a human, but just with a big head.
And he
They're
was an
pretty
android.
advanced. Huh?
And that big head guy was an android?
Yeah, he was Android 8, and he appeared in the original Dragon Ball. There's like literally hundreds of episodes until Android 17, 18 appear.
Okay.
And only like the only androids in between that have been shown were in a movie. Yeah.
Interesting. Sure. I have like I've seen quite a few Dragon Ball characters, and I've heard all their names. It was just in one ear, out the other, every time.
I mean, if you're not interested in Dragon Ball, then it's hard
if
to
you
know.
in fact hate Dragon Ball, yeah, I'm surprised even some of the names stuck. Obviously, Goku and Vegeta are gonna stick, but the rest, meh. The only reason Majin Buu stuck was because one time I was playing
the
Dragon Ball
Budokai
fighting
games you
game,
told me.
and I was playing as Majin Buu, and I kept kicking my friend's ass, and he had been playing for like a few months, and I was just mashing buttons, seeing what they did, and then I turned him into chocolate and ate him, and it did a shit ton of damage, and it was like, oh shit, okay, I can do that, and it has barely any like frame lag, and I can just keep doing it, and he can't do anything about it. Yay, fun. And then he was like, fuck this, let's play Mortal Kombat. And then I kicked his ass even harder. So that was fun. I lost
There's actually a
friend
new
that day.
Dragon Ball game coming out this year, so yay, I'm excited.
I mean, there's a Mortal Kombat game coming out, but I'm not too excited for it.
I mean, they held a petition to get Shaggy into that.
Yeah, but fuck off.
I mean, the meme is fun and all, but that's going a little too far.
Yeah. I mean, to be
Also, the
fair,
music.
like one of the developers of Mortal Kombat made an artwork where Shaggy is fighting Scorpion. And then everyone was like, "Ah, it's happening!" And then he had to post like, "No, no, it's not. I'm making a joke. Calm your tits."
Like, clearly, Shaggy isn't fit to go into Mortal Kombat,
I mean,
except
to be
outside of the
fair, they
movie.
have fucking Jason Voorhees and shit in there.
Yeah, but those characters can at least, like, put up a serious fight. But if you
Dude, one
pick.
of the characters in Mortal Kombat 10 is a fat guy who drinks and farts on you. It is fucking dumb. He is the most obnoxious and annoying character in the fucking game as well.
Lol.
Yeah. He's like called Bo Rai Cho or something. He's so fucking dumb. He like he even has moments because he like needs to drink for his combos and stuff, and eventually he'll just vomit on the floor. He can even vomit on you on purpose, and it'll do like a tenth of your health, and it'll stun you, so he can just keep doing it. Yeah, fun. I hope he makes it into 11. Oh wait, no, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I still feel like Shaggy would be a more awkward pick.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Like, yeah, it's a meme. Come on, people, leave it as a
Yeah,
meme.
just it's a dead meme at this point.
Yeah.
Because memes don't last long these days.
No,
I
no,
mean,
you
the
have the people
original
that sometimes try to
memes.
bring back an old meme.
Yeah, the original memes like trollolol and that one, stuff like that. Those are gone, but they were around for years.
You still see some of the like rage comic stuff. You still see Pepe sometimes
Yeah,
appear.
occasionally because those memes that are memes that'll never die. But Trollface has died, dead and
Ah, yeah,
buried.
you don't see him anymore.
No,
Where's Trollface at?
but for like almost my entire high school years, those were the memes.
Yeah, but the internet has evolved to be much faster, so newer memes can spread faster.
I mean, dude, I remember when automatic doors were a death trap. Do you remember that shit?
When were they the death trap, though?
Dude, back, way back when I was still a little, just a tyke, I would go to the supermarket with my mom, and there was, like, an automatic, door.
Yeah, fancy.
And back then, now, if you walk up and they're almost closed, they'll stop and open again. Back then, they would keep closing. So if you were in there, it would go dunk into you, and then it would open again. Because the sensor wasn't quick enough. So it would have to close and then open fully for it to like actually start, or have something wedged in there which would trigger the failsafe. So I got
Okay.
scared of automatic doors for the longest time because I got squished by one.
Oof.
Now I don't give a shit if I'm like, if this thing squishes me, I'm busting its window. Except I wouldn't. I would just like fucking swear really loudly and have people look at me like, ah, a delinquent. And I'm like, yeah, what? Fucking bite me. I'm here to get fucking cola. That's all I want, and I got assaulted by a door.
Yeah.
I hope people are enjoying the background I picked.
Yeah.
It's very nice. I like it. It's
Let me check it out.
it's nice and
It's
calm.
that's a nice one.
Yeah. It's got some animation going on for people who just want it on like a second screen running so that they can check the time on it or something. Whatever. I don't like anything too intense. I also don't like to play music in the background here because then people can have their own music in the background while they listen to the podcast.
Yeah, I mean most
Uh-huh.
people have something like Spotify or just a playlist on YouTube, so
Yeah. Hopefully the music is in the background and not us, but if you want
I mean a lot of people just put up a podcast in the background actually. That's like the background noise.
Yeah, that's usually what people do, but then they can have like a little bit of music of their choosing, because you know I'm not gonna force my fucking weeb ass music onto them, because like my music taste is all over the place. Like, I've got a bunch of stuff. I've got music from the movie Labyrinth, which is like a movie from the 70s? I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's a very old movie. It has David Bowie in it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. I have Disturbed. I have anime. I have nightcore. I have video game music. I have fucking Ridley's boss theme from Metroid in my playlist, and Gourmet Race from Smash Brawl, because that shit bangs. Have you ever heard that one? It's fucking amazing. It's so good. I'll if you haven't, I'll send you a link. You have to have listened to it. It's amazing.
Okay.
So yeah, my music is all over the place. Oh, I have 2 people watching. Hello. I'm doing a podcast. If you have a topic you wish for us to discuss, post it in
Mention
chat.
it in the chat. Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. Bye.
And it's gone!
Bang! And the person is gone.
Were you about to say the filth is gone?
No. Of course not.
Someone doesn't watch my streams? Bang! The filth is gone.
Yes. Where was I? All right, my taste of music is all over the place. See, what else have I got in there? I've got Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley.
Oh, I hate that song.
I love it. It's so nice. I don't know why you hate it so much. Is it because it's memed or something? Or because you've been rickrolled?
I have... Well, that's completely unrelated to me disliking the music. I just don't like this.
I also like Africa by Toto.
Oh, I mean, everybody likes Africa by Toto.
Yeah, except Emran.
Unless Pitbull covered it.
Unless fucking Pitbull covers it. I have... You know how you listen to Pitbull?
Putting your earplugs in the trash can?
Oh no, you push the mute button.
Oh. I thought you were gonna make that taste is trash joke.
Well...
Just like people with headphones on, the cable leading into a garbage can.
I doubt Emran could fit into a garbage can.
No, this is outside of the garbage can, and they just have a cable going in there.
Just push the mute button and put the iPod in the fucking trash can. Do they still make iPods?
No, because smartphones take the place of iPods.
I liked iPods, though.
I mean, me too. Like, MP3 players, iPods are all great. Only problem is we don't need them anymore.
We don't need them, but they are still nice.
Yeah, but the problem is they weren't popular enough anymore to keep fabricating.
Yeah, I guess.
Because again, people have the smartphone and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to music on this.
Yeah, but... And then they're complaining that their phones are low on battery, even though they've been using it to listen to music all day.
Now, trust me, I'll listen to music sometimes all day on my phone. It doesn't go that fast.
Okay.
Like,
well, I'm one of those people that would...
1% per hour. That was my warning once on my phone. You're using 1% per hour on Spotify.
Wow. I'm gonna tell you a little thingy. In high school, in my my last year of high school, I wanted a Sony Walkman.
Neato.
Yeah. And that was super outdated, but I wanted it, and my parents were like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because I want to listen to my Disturbed CDs." It's like, why don't you just get them digitally? It's like, because that doesn't have the same feeling.
I hate people who say that.
I have that. I really do. I want to get a disc, pop it in there, close it, and push play. On a button, not on a screen, on a button.
I mean, you can also press space. I actually have a button on my headphones which turns on my Spotify.
Oh, that's neat. A little excessive, but sure. But that's why I like Walkman. That's also why I miss VHS, because those had fucking buttons that would go like chunk when you pushed a button, and I loved it. Just the sound alone was amusement enough for me when I was that small. When I had nothing to do, I would just sit in front of the VHS machine player, and I would push the buttons. There wouldn't even be VHS in there. I would just push the buttons, and I loved the sound it made. On those old TVs as well, it's just, I loved it. It's just big old clunky things. Those old TVs, I love them. Of course, they give a crappy image, but it's the only TV I had until like 2015.
Wow, that's a long ass time to run on.
Because I didn't mind it. All I had to play on it was a Wii. I was not a very rich kid.
Oh, me neither. I had no money as a kid. I got like no allowance. I just had to ask if I wanted some.
Oh yeah, but even when I asked, it wasn't me that couldn't afford it. It was my parents.
But me, it was
we were not in good money terms for a while, and I had an old TV, one of those fucking big old square TVs, and I had my Wii, and I would play Twilight Princess.
I was a little better money wise. Like my parents would think. But to make sure I have a PC so I wouldn't be in the living room all day.
I had Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and Spider-Man 3. That was it.
Yeah, I do remember seeing you play Spider-Man 3 once.
What?
And everybody hated Spider-Man 3.
Well, at this point I don't dislike it. I also don't love it anymore. Back when I first saw it, I liked it quite a bit, but I still liked it. My favorite out of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies has to be the second one. The second one is a masterpiece, in my opinion. But that's because I have a lot of nostalgia.
Spider-Man has been rebooted twice, so.
Yup. From what I hear, once unsuccessfully, which would be the Amazing Spider-Man, and then once successfully.
Spider-Man 1 was good, but the Amazing Spider-Man 2 fell short. On every front, it just fell short.
In my opinion, the first one also wasn't amazing, because they completely butchered the lizard.
I like the first one.
Well, here's the thing, I read the comics.
I've never read the comics.
I did, and they butchered. The Amazing Spider-Man is not a good movie.
Of the lizard,
come on, just watch back The Amazing Spider-Man and tell me Peter Parker doesn't act like an absolute dickhead in it. He threatens the thugs, not even in a funny way. He threatens to break their bones
if they don't tell him what he wants to know.
Yeah, that's not fucking questioning someone. That's interrogation plus torture. Threatening torture. That's a break that breaks the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, again, he's a vigilante.
He has this thug restrained. He can't do anything anymore, and he's threatening to break his bones if he doesn't tell him what he wants to know.
Yeah, that is.
At that point, he's a criminal. Peter Parker never did that. Well, when he wore the black suit, he did. But Peter Parker didn't do that. That's against his moral compass. Because with great power comes great responsibility. And even when Uncle Ben dies,
he was learning that.
Yeah, but in the second movie, it's still the same. He's still a noble.
Yeah, that is what sucks about the second movie. He basically forgets what happened in the first.
Yeah. They also, again, butchered villains. But it was 2 this time.
Yeah, and I didn't like either of... I like the idea behind them. But their execution was terrible.
The lizard... The whole plot of the first one is flawed. Because the lizard makes that vaccine... and makes everyone else... wants to make everyone else lizards. Why exactly? He's a lizard. That means he's more animalistic.
I have to go open the door real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Sure, I'll just continue my point. So here's my point without Grouden here, I guess. The lizard tries to turn the entire city into lizards. Not only, from what I've read at least, I've not read every comic, he's never attempted to do that. He did attempt to do that in the Spider-Man 3 game, but that's because they needed goons for the lizard. Plus, the only time I've run into the lizard where he was able to talk and think beyond basic instincts is in a comic, and that was Spider-Man Magazine.
Sorry about that.
So it wasn't even technically canon. Hi, I was just reaffirming my point. I'll make it again. Basically, The whole idea that the lizard wants to turn the entire city into lizards makes no goddamn sense for the character.
Okay.
He was never even... There was only one instance of him speaking that I even know of, and it was in Spider-Man Magazine, which isn't canon. I believe.
Okay.
So it was just like... He also his face is also too human. He has a lizard head with a long snout, and he is a lizard. He wants to eat. He eats meat, and so that means people. But that's of course too gory. But if you don't want to have a gory movie, pick a different villain. Because the lizard is gory.
Yeah.
He tears people to pieces. And he eats them.
No.
And of course Peter Parker acts like a dick.
Again, I find that excusable in that he's still learning to show responsibility.
Dude, but in the comics, he didn't act like a dick at first at all, because that isn't in the character of Peter Parker.
Again, they have to make their own iteration of Peter Parker in order to, differentiate from the comics.
In terms of... Because I haven't actually seen the newest Spider-Man yet, so I can't honestly... Well, I did see him in Captain America Civil War. Tom Holland fucking nailed Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And in terms of how Peter Parker acts, later in his career as Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire nailed him as well. But the guy that played him in Amazing Spider-Man did not portray Peter Parker very well. As someone who's read the comics, played games, and everything, he did not play Peter Parker very well.
No, okay. Again,
sorry.
I am all for liberties when adapting
Yes, of course, but to an extent. It needs to still be true to the character, which in my opinion it wasn't, because he acted like an asshole, not a quirky guy. Because you know why Spider-Man insults and teases his enemies, right? There's a reason for it.
To distract them or something?
Yeah, because when they get angry, they start making mistakes. That's how he's won multiple times. Because most of his villains are ill-tempered. Dr. Octopus gets very angry. Rhino? Need I even mention it?
I think he's already angry before Peter does anything.
He's always angry. Just like the Hulk. Dude, but like Spider-Man is such a cool hero. He knocked out the Hulk with one punch one time.
No, okay.
The fucking Hulk. I don't know. I just agree to disagree. I still enjoyed watching the Amazing Spider-Man. I just don't think it's a very good Spider-Man movie. Whereas I really want to see Spider-Man Homecoming, because from what I saw in Civil War, he did great. He had like not even a page of lines, and I was laughing my ass off. Well, not laughing my ass off, but I was laughing out loud, LOL, if you will, at the jokes. Yeah, because he was cracking jokes the whole time, and that's Spider-Man, fighting like a boss, might I add, and cracking jokes the entire time, and jokes that you're like, oof, that guy's self-esteem just took a hit. And that's why I also like the new Spider-Man for PlayStation 4. That's why I'm dying to play that game, because they also nailed Spider-Man.
Yeah, okay.
But the Amazing Spider-Man, meh. I enjoyed watching it. If you ever want to watch it with me, I'll gladly do that, because I still enjoy watching it. It's just that in terms of which of the Spider-Man iterations I like the best, it is dead last.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. It's all about opinion here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked Amazing Spider-Man 1. Amazing Spider-Man 2 was just... It just did everything wrong.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. Because they butchered Electro, they butchered the Green Goblin, and then way at the end, they also managed to ever so slightly butcher Rhino. I mean, come on, a mech suit, really? Come on. Like,
I mean, he
honestly.
also wears some kind of suit in the PS4 game.
But that's more like an exosuit than a mecha, like a tank in the shape of a rhino that he is driving.
Oh no, that's indeed different then.
Because Rhino's power does come from his suit. It's just a big fucking Russian in a rhino suit that he can't take off, so he is angry. That is Rhino's story.
Okay.
And he just wants out of the suit. But to get out of the suit, he keeps trying to like break into places where he could try and get rid of it or something. I'm not 100%. He doesn't appear very often. And he's just angry. He doesn't have he has a very short temper. I believe the suit messes with his temper because it's like Rhino. He's a rhino, basically. He's probably one of the most well-known villains of Spider-Man. What I fucking loved, and I immediately guessed. Everyone was like, "Oh, I wonder who the main villain of Marvel's Spider-Man is." I saw the teaser fucking trailer where those 5 villains are like ganged up on him, and I went, "It's Doctor Octopus."
Yeah.
Sinister Six, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you know what the Sinister Six is, you can instantly guess it. I
The
couldn't
original
guess it.
Sinister Six, except Sandman, I believe. The original had Sandman in it, but the citation needed on that one. But it was an iteration of the Sinister Six. I believe that there was an iteration where Venom was in it, but Venom didn't really, because Venom's an anti-hero, not a villain. He didn't shit that the Sinister Six didn't really fly with him. So he left the Sinister Six, which is awesome. I love Venom so much. He's probably my favorite Marvel character.
Well, okay.
Yeah, because he's not a villain, he's an anti-hero, and that's cool. Anti-heroes are cool. Deadpool's also an anti-hero, but of a very different type than Venom is. Venom is a very serious anti-hero, whereas Deadpool's Deadpool.
I mean, that will take nothing serious.
Did you know that the Venom symbiote was originally intended for Deadpool, not Eddie Brock?
Oh.
Yeah, but then they changed their mind. Because Deadpool and Spider-Man are actually friends.
No. Okay.
Or at least that's what Deadpool says. If you ask Spider-Man, it's like, yeah, you can fight well, but he's a fucking moron.
Makes sense. But
There's
yeah,
like
I don't know much about the...
Well, Deadpool...
Whenever I hear about it, I'm like, yeah, why? I don't know.
Well, like, Deadpool in the comics is way more over the top than the movie actually is. Because there's, like, flashbacks that break the fourth wall in the comic as well as just in general. It's super fucking weird. There's, like, a scene where Deadpool explains his origin story, and he's like, it all started when I was born, and he's already in costume as a baby with katanas, and there are ninjas assaulting him and his mom, and Spider-Man is there. And Spider-Man literally goes, why am I in your flashback? And he just goes, shut up and roll with it. That's Deadpool. It's amazing.
Oh, okay.
Or like there's a scene where they're both tied up and they're like really close together and Spider-Man's like wiggling and then he goes like, is something poking me? And then Deadpool just goes, well, it's your fault for wiggling around in skin-tight pants. It's like, okay, I needed that image. Yeah, the comics I love comic books. I haven't read any in a while, but I do love them. They're pretty much my childhood. I would just read Spider-Man all day.
No, I read Donald Duck.
That's not a comic book.
It is a comic book.
It is, but it isn't.
It's not a superhero comic, but it's a comic.
I didn't like Donald Duck comics, honestly.
Oh, I like them.
I liked Spider-Man. And I believe it's a French or Belgian in origin comic, but my dad read them when he was a kid, and then he read them to me. There is no English name for it. It's called Gust Flatter. It's so fucking funny. There's like one. It's like 3. You know how comics have those boxes?
Yeah.
Well, there's usually only 3 to 4 of those boxes in a thingy. Sometimes more. and that's the whole comic. Because they were like in a magazine, and it's like an assembly of all the ones. And there's one where Guust is getting a tour of a zoo, and this the guy who runs the zoo is showing him all these animals, and they get to the sloths, and he's just like, "Oh, I love these!" And then the tour guide keeps walking, and then there's a shot of him sleeping next to the tree with the sloth. Because that's all he does. It's like a office humor. He's always in the office, and he's always making weird food and sleeping and inventing an instrument that sounds so bad it makes all the windows crack and paper shred to pieces. It's great. It's very nostalgic for me and completely just non-relevant to anyone outside of Netherlands or France or Belgium. Just completely irrelevant. Maybe they'd know the Marsupilami, but I don't know if they do. Same creator as the Marsupilami, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they'll know it. I don't know yet. Oh, I guess someone will tell me at some point. But yeah, I like comics. They're great. They're a very good expression of a little kid's creative juices. Read a lot of comics, read a lot of books, play outside a lot. That's how I got where I am today with my imagination. Life is great creation. Hey, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah. Now I'm gonna stop before my video gets taken down. I do words good, yes. Anyway, back to anime. That 30-minute tangent is over. Yeah, anime. What's another one that I...
and by the way, I was just looking things around, and I figured out that there's a DLC going for Jump Force.
Is there? What is it?
I don't know yet. It says in May.
It's just come out. If it isn't High School DxD characters, I'm going to be very disappointed.
That depends. Is High School DxD and Shonen Jump?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, it's
they better be adding Seto Kaiba.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd play him. Fucking Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, so there are like a couple things going around.
Oh god, what was he called in German again? Die weiße Drache mit die eiskalten Blick. It's so good. I love it so much. Yes, all of my yes. I'm drinking some iced tea, by the way. That's if I sound weird or Darth Vadery. That's why. Like the other day, this is an anime related thing. I was talking to a guy at a shop, and he was adamant, like he would not sway. He was adamant that the original Full Metal Alchemist was the best, and I could not have disagreed with him more.
Like there are things in the original that are better, but in overall Brotherhood, definitely better.
Oh, come on. Brotherhood story knocks the first one out of the park. The animation knocks the first one out of the park. The voice acting...
like animation, I'm willing to forgive because there is a huge time gap.
Yeah, of course. But I preferred the story so much more. It felt so much more conclusive. And it felt so much more like a nice ending to the story. Because that's what they're telling. They're telling a story where I felt just like I'd wasted my time at the end of the original. And I don't want to have... Well, I don't want to feel like I've wasted my time, because it wasn't a short
I didn't feel like
anime.
I wasted my time on the original, but it didn't feel as satisfying.
No. And I also just didn't like... It lost me halfway through. But I just kept watching, like, maybe it'll come back around. Have you seen, Darling in the Franxx?
Tried to, but... Yeah, I kind of by the time I wanted to start watching, where people were like, "Yeah, it's better to jump ship now. It's getting bad."
Yeah, like they completely murdered their world building.
Yeah, on like the second half, basically.
Yeah, it was the first half was nice. There was mystery. I was speculating, and then it was like, guess what? It's aliens. Okay, sure, great. I hate that. It just suddenly felt like a Gurren Lagann ripoff in how it was being portrayed. It was just ridiculous, and I was like, what? You switched the serious tone for Earth aliens fighting outer space aliens that are like a collective mind and want us to become part of that collective mind, but we don't wanna because we're humans, so we're stubborn. But then the people who previously inhabited Earth put defenses down, and now we're actually fighting the defenses for the space aliens. Yeah. And now we have identity crises because we want to have babies.
Okay.
That's a very crude description, but that's pretty much what it boils down to. To be honest, they do get their babies.
Yeah.
It does have a happy ending, sort of. Both the main characters die. And it's like, thousands of years in the future, they're reincarnated and they meet up again. It's like, well, that fucking sucks.
Now that's the most bullshit ending.
It's like, but all of their fucking friends... because their souls took thousands of years to travel back to Earth from the home planet of the collective mind aliens. Fuck off. Come the fuck on.
Like, yeah. Sometimes it's better to leave a character just dead.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, it was very disappointing. It's not what I expected from Trigger.
Yeah, I believe they collabed with someone, so...
Oh, that explains it. Because Kisna was very good. I don't know if you watched
Trigger is just an overall good studio, but...
Have you watched Kisna?
No.
It is a little slower, but it is a very cool concept. Basically, basic concept is there's a group of kids. They end up having an identical scar on them, and because of that scar, when one of them feels pain, they all feel it. When one of them feels pleasure, they all feel it. When one of them is sad, it all affects all of them. They're basically they share feelings, they share senses and stuff. It's very interesting.
Okay, yeah, so by the way, the studio that also worked on Darling is A1 Pictures.
Never heard of them.
They're actually the ones that made Sword Art.
Ah, there you go.
I mean, they're not the worst,
so
they're also just
rude.
not the best.
No.
Like, they have some, like, big shows under their belt.
Like?
Well, Sword Art Online, A Blue Exorcist.
Oh, I haven't watched that one. I've heard good
Fairy
things
Tail?
though. Fairy Tail. That's also one I want to watch, but it's so goddamn long.
I know, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the start is slow, but it gets better later on.
I feel like anime like Bleach and Fairy Tail I'd want to watch with someone.
I mean, okay, I'm willing to watch Fairy Tail with you, but the thing is, I don't want to watch Bleach again.
Okay, that's fair.
Because Bleach,
I was just giving an example. I don't want to watch Bleach.
Like, just for the Bleach fans,
You know, I'd actually also be willing to watch One Piece with someone.
Like One Piece, I jumped out of. It got so slow at the end.
Yeah, understandable. Who knows? Maybe we can do that at some point. Maybe when we finish Fairy Tail, because I'd like that. That would be nice.
But yeah, like, anyway, just to get back on Bleach, because I still want to tell people what's wrong with it. It is
a lot.
It jumps off of its plot to tell like a filler arc.
Yeah.
Just doesn't fly with me. Like you have like the big fight, Bleach versus Ichigo versus Grimjaw, and the fight concludes, and like not them talking snacks. No, it's a random filler arc that is on a completely different location. Ichigo couldn't get out of the world he was in, not just that randomly, and he just has a several-day adventure on Earth.
Wow. I mean, to be fair, Naruto also does that, but it makes sense in context, and at least it tells you the context. Not in a direct manner, but you can pick up on the vibes that they're putting down, so you can know, oh, this is happening around now. Okay.
Yeah, like they have their weird flashback arcs in
Yeah,
Naruto.
and they've also done like the episode where they try to unmask Kakashi like 3 times.
Yeah.
That episode, they redo it. They've redone it like 4 times or something. It is fucking funny, and it's funny every time. It's the one filler I have never skipped.
No, what I heard from great fillers is the G7 arc in One Piece, or G8, one or the other.
I haven't watched One Piece. I've watched
No,
a
I
little
actually
bit
have
of
watched.
it.
I've actually skipped that arc originally because it was marked filler, but then I heard
There's
that's actually.
literally one character in One Piece that I like.
And that is.
Crocodile.
I mean, Crocodile's amazing.
Yeah, fucking holy shit! I saw him once, and I was like, I am in love with that guy. He's my favorite. Which other characters do you like, Colin? None of them. Let him win. He's cool. Because come on, he sucks the water out of everything.
With his right hand, and if you
Yeah.
hit him, he just turns to sand.
Yeah. No, but Grouden, the key word here, he sucks the water out of everything.
As long as he has to touch it with his right hand to suck out water.
Yeah, I don't care, but no more water near me? Yes, please. So when he sticks his right hand in a glass of water,
He can.
does it evaporate or does he absorb it?
It's more like he absorbs the water.
So he can drink by sticking his hand in a glass.
Something like that.
So
I don't
that
think
trick where you take a glass of water and you stick someone's fingers in it when they're sleeping, where it would work super well on him.
I mean, the water would just disappear. I guess. No, he has to actively do it.
Oh, he has to consciously trigger it. Okay.
Yeah,
Because like
he,
there's a
you know he like otherwise if he ever touches his own face he would suck.
doesn't
the
he
liquid out
kick
of his...
Luffy's ass?
He does kick Luffy's ass.
Yeah.
Leaves him for dead, and then but someone else saves him.
Yeah, okay, and then Luffy comes back and kicks his ass, obviously.
And he figured out that water is actually Crocodile's weakness.
Is it?
Yeah, if you hit him with anything that is covered in water, he can't turn into sand.
That makes sense, because it turns into mud.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, that does make sense.
So they thought up like weaknesses, specific weaknesses for every Logia type fruit, which is what turns a body into an element.
Okay.
But then later they introduced Haki as a more conventional means.
Yeah, okay. But, there's another moment where he's in the anime that I saw. I didn't actually see him kick Luffy's ass, but there was a flashback in this particular instance in that prison.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to break out, and then Crocodile's like, hey, I'll help.
Yeah, it's impel down.
And then he just makes, like, a scythe out of sand, and it, like, goes through a guard, and it's, like, shriveled up.
Yeah.
I dropped the fork I was eating with. Because it was so fucking cool.
I mean, he is a really cool character. He just hasn't done anything since
like,
then.
when Jump Force was announced, I was like, if they put Crocodile in it, oh boy.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, Crocodile's not big enough of a villain to really make that kind of cut.
Which is a shame, because he's so cool.
No, instead they have, as villains for One Piece, I believe they only have Blackbeard in it.
Isn't that the fat guy with a rackety fucking mouth? What does he even do?
He has the power to suck people into his right hand, and if he touches someone with that, they can't use devil fruit powers. But
okay, that's pretty cool.
And he stole from someone else the power to cause earthquakes.
What?
Yeah. He somehow attained, like, in the lore of One Piece, it's impossible to have 2 devil fruit powers, but he does.
Okay, so he pulled something out.
So he somehow broke the rules of the world.
Interesting. He still looks fucking dumb.
He does.
But
and the thing is, when they first show him, they don't say his name or anything. He just seems like a goofy character that lives in the town, and then it's like, no, he's a big bad.
Yeah, but I have that with most One Piece characters, that they look fucking ridiculous.
I mean, especially in the animes, the women look ridiculous.
The women?
Yeah, because they over.
Oh yeah, super slim waist, gigantic tits. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Like where the point is like their stomach would not even fit anymore.
Where they're like, it would be like, hey, I'm standing up. Ah! Because they just snap and they'd just be like an upside down L shape.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that also, like in the manga, there's some of that, but not nearly as bad.
Yeah, okay.
I still need to catch up to the manga again because that is doable.
Okay.
But no, I would not recommend the anime, honestly. Like a lot of people
Okay.
still like it, but no, it goes too slow, way too slow.
Yeah, I guess because there are
Like
a shit ton of episodes of One Piece.
yeah, and then the problem is that they caught up to the manga like more than a year ago, well over a year ago, and
Also,
since
there's
then
a lot of filler.
it's been super slow.
Yeah.
The Dressrosa arc, I believe, covers over 100 episodes.
Jesus. That's a really long fucking time.
Yeah, they haven't been doing long filler arcs anymore, so there is no time being built.
I mean, like as a dungeon master, I've like because you need story arcs in D&D as well. Obviously, if you're telling a story, you need story arcs. Usually in books, they're divided into several books, like in Harry Potter. And in anime, they're usually divided in seasons. But with D&D, it's a little harder than that because you can't just cut it off and then pick up again. So I've written those down, and I've already like planned out at what levels I want to start giving them plot hooks for those arcs, and at what point I want to like maybe step on the plot a little bit to speed it up because they're leveling. Because if an arc goes on for too long, and they go from level 3 to 10 in one arc, they're gonna get bored with the arc.
Yeah.
Same concept applies to anime, so same concept applies to books. If you take 3 books to tell one tale of them getting to from point A to point B, people are gonna lose interest.
Okay, well, I had to cover it. The Dressrosa arc took 101 chapters of the manga, so it was a long arc.
Yeah.
It took 117 episodes.
Okay.
And you have to consider,
Well, it's
usually
only a little bit over.
But the thing is, you don't turn one chapter into an episode of an anime. It's usually 2 or 3 chapters that get turned into one episode.
That's fair. That's fair.
So it had more episodes than manga chapters.
For My Hero Academia, because I read the manga, it's actually pretty. In some cases, there have been chapters that have been covered by one episode.
Yeah, I'm guessing those were length. Huh?
I was impressed by that, actually. I was like, nice.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, here they have taken half of a chapter for one episode. Making time feel passing way too slowly.
Yeah, having them take forever talking and stuff.
Yeah, a long ass just face off. They're just staring at each other for like 10 seconds.
Fucking exposition doesn't ever do anyone good, unless there's a lot of questions that need answering. But then you take a moment that's appropriate for it, not like, I see you finally made it to me. Here is all this fucking bullshit you didn't even know or wanted to know or even care about, and that's the rest of the episode.
No, that's not even it. It's like, haha, I did this. Yeah, but we've seen that last episode. I've done this. I've seen that 10 episodes ago, and I've done this. Yeah, we know. It was not a secret that you did this.
Or even, and I did this. That was literally 1 minute ago in the episode. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I actually had that a couple of times. It's like, why are you flashbacking this? I just watched this 5 minutes ago.
I'm gonna bring up Dragon Ball again, but this reminds me of the famous Frieza's 5 minutes, which lasted 6 episodes.
What?
Yeah, Frieza at one point during the Namek arc says, the planet will explode in 5 minutes!
Oh boy.
6 episodes later, the planet exploded. That's basically for the same reason as they had caught up to the manga. And then they have to give out time for the manga to get further ahead. Like, that's what I can appreciate about My Hero Academia having seasons instead of being one long run.
Yeah. Because then the mangaka has time to catch up.
And they don't have to give them the time by slowing down the story to
the anime is actually way behind the manga
Yeah, I mean
on Boku no
that's
Hero.
okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
If I get the story later, that's fine.
I mean,
But if I get the story slowed down so far that it's painful, I'm not okay.
no, that's not. It's just at that point, I'm like, okay, I'm done. It's just boring. But I also can't wait for Boku no Hero to catch up to the manga, because where the manga is right now, it's very interesting.
I mean, yeah.
Shit's progressing, yo. Have you watched the movie yet?
No. I am gonna watch it on my own because my friend said, "Yeah, I'm not really that interested anymore."
I'd be willing to watch it with you.
We have so many things now that we're gonna watch together. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice. We don't really hang out IRL, so that would be nice. I'd like that. It's a really good movie. As far as anime movies go, because I usually don't really enjoy them, it's a pretty good fucking movie. And it's canon.
Yeah, I always like a good canonical movie.
Yeah.
Like one thing I dislike, it's like, yeah, there's this movie, but it didn't really happen.
At least I do believe it's canon, because there was like a little hook in between in both the anime and the manga.
Well, then potentially.
So it's almost guaranteed that it's canon. It looked pretty canon to me if both the manga and the anime say, yeah, let's do this. Because
yeah,
All Might invites him somewhere, and in an episode, in a canon episode. So that makes it pretty canon to me, which I liked. So it's a very interesting movie, very cool ending. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and I'm not one for anime movies, funnily enough. Not anime movies that belong to a series. I've watched Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke, and I'm in the process of watching other Studio Ghibli movies. I believe next time my sister comes over, I kind of want to watch My Neighbor Totoro, but I'll have to discuss that with her. If she's watching right now, she'll know that I want to watch My Neighbor Totoro, which she'll love. I already know she'll love that shit because she's seen Totoro, like merchandise, and she's always been like, "Ah, that's cute." So she's gonna love My Neighbor Totoro. I already know.
I don't watch a lot of like standalone movies. I usually watch movies that are attached to a series.
Yeah.
Like, prefer the ones that are canon, so I don't feel like, yeah, but this was a waste of time.
I've watched 2 movies of Naruto. I watched one that I do not remember, that I also didn't even really like, and then I also watched the last movie where Naruto gets together with Hinata, fucking finally. And that one I enjoyed as well. The last Naruto movie. Very good. Well, not very good, just very enjoyable. Very nice animations.
I've seen, like, for instance, all the Dragon Ball movies. I've seen a bunch of the One Piece movies. I have... Yeah.
Like, I can just imagine, like, it's your birthday, and everyone's like, oh, what are we gonna do? And everyone's like, let's watch a Dragon Ball movie. And you just see me in the back, deadpan, walk out the door. And you're like, Colin, where are you going? I was like, I'm not watching Dragon Ball.
You're lucky. I have like one friend that I think Ryu's also somewhat quite into anime. So I have like 2 or 3 friends which are really into anime, and you're one of them. So
okay. Well, I'm not as much into anime as I am now than I used to be, but that was a while ago. In my high school days, it was pretty much my only hobby.
No, for me, gaming has always been a big hobby, but in between
yeah,
gaming,
obviously, but I don't even count gaming anymore.
I mean, it's a hobby.
Technically, yeah. I mean, my channel banner does say Gamer Weeb Extraordinaire, because I thought it was funny. Oh god, can we just talk about that banner for just a little bit?
Oh gosh.
I want to tell the story about how that banner came to be. So I was talking to Grouden here one time. I believe it was after my first podcast, actually.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah,
It was at least after a stream.
yeah. And I was looking at his channel, and I was
saw
like,
that.
I want a banner like that. Can you make me one? I believe I asked you, and you're like, nah, dude, I don't know. It's really
I'm
shit.
not the biggest fan of making that thing, honestly.
Yeah. And I was like,
Not
okay,
being
well then I'll
wrong.
make it myself. And I'm gonna make it just as shit as yours.
I mean, you succeeded.
I think I went above and beyond.
You have the hand-drawn letters.
Dude, I
have
plus ultra'd that shit.
I have actually taken my letters from the internet, and they're all in different fonts.
Yeah, I actually really like the handwritten name. That part is actually kind of nice.
I like the only thing that's nice and readable is not my name, it is Gamer. Definitely not a graphic designer.
Well, yeah, and I was like, what's my tag? Fuck it, gamer weeb extraordinaire. And I was like, okay, I need big anime titties and a gaming character. What's my favorite gaming character? I don't have a picture of him. Oh, okay. I love Ridley. Here's Meta Ridley.
I mean, I just have a diamond sword from Minecraft from back when I played Minecraft a whole lot on my channel, and a dual disc because, oh no, you know, I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh weeb.
Yeah, and I'm a weeb in general, and I was like, what's a big titty anime girl that I actually quite like? Okay, no, from High School DxD. Fuck it, here we go. I found one without a background. Boff, in there. Made shitty white lines around it. Done. Ridley. Boff. What shitty white lines around it. Done. Took me 6 hours to make that thing. Took me 6 hours to make a shitty fucking
Oh yeah, right, I have a
wallpaper.
Twitter account. I completely forgot about that. It's still linked to
I
my
have
Twitter.
a Twitter as well now that I think about it, but I never use it. I do believe it's been hacked and that I've deleted it. No, I don't have a Twitter account. Never mind. I might make one for the channel, just for the channel. Just make a gloriously newbie Twitter. There we go. Maybe that'll reach people.
Okay, I only have some things that I retweeted mostly from YouTubers I watched at the time, which was from the Sky Media offices.
Yeah, but like my banner story isn't over. It took me 6 hours to make the 6 hours to make the banner, for multiple reasons. When I finished my banner, I was quite proud of how shitty it was. I'm so proud of how shitty it is. It doesn't look shitty to me. That's how proud I am of its crappiness. And I put it on YouTube and I uploaded it, and the name wasn't on center, and nor were the pictures. So I had to redo the entire banner multiple times because
To get it
paint
centered.
is a bitch. MS Paint is a fucking shit show, and it was so frustrating, but eventually I got it, and that's how we have the banner that is up there today. And it'll take a lot of convincing to have me replace it, because I spent a lot of time on that crappy ass thing.
No, I'm just looking at my Twitter now. The last thing I posted was in June 2017. Before that was a retweet from a year ago. And
Wait, how? Before the 2017 one?
I retweeted something by Red Factor, which was posted on the 3rd of July, 2016.
Oh. Why the fuck did you say last year then?
My bad. Awkward
I
word.
was like, how the fuck does that work? Did you invent a time machine and not share it with me? I could go back to elementary and beat you up again. Oh, no, never mind.
Please don't do that.
No, I won't. It's one of my regrets in life. I won't.
Go back in time and beat yourself up for doing that.
I think that would scar me for life.
Probably.
It's like, hey, bitch! I'm here with the future! Bam! Wrecked. Little me would cry. Because I would hit people to not get hit, and then just me from the future shows up and goes, BAM! Hey, it might scare me straight, because I'm like, if I keep hitting people, I'll turn into that asshole.
Yes.
Because I was a smart kid. That might sound cocky, but my teachers and both my parents said it, so it must be true. I'm not an idiot, is what I'm trying to say. even back then. I was a slick motherfucker sometimes. To my own detriment occasionally. That I now realize, of course. There's a lot of times where I look back and it's like fucking retrospect. I could have handled this better and this better and this better and this better. That could have been last month. I can be laying in bed thinking, and then suddenly it's like, hey, remember that conversation you had at elementary school in 4th grade? And you got into a fight? Hey, you could have said this, and then the fight probably wouldn't have happened. And I'm like, yes, thank you, brain. I need that now. I was 6, and now I'm 22, and now I need that information. Now you think about that. That is like, how many years is that in the past? I was 6, I'm 22. That's 14 years ago? 15?
I guess, yeah.
Something like that.
I didn't hear the exact numbers, so.
I was about 6 then, and I'm 22 now.
16 years.
16 years ago, that conversation happened. Can't even think of the details now, but when I'm trying to sleep, I can. That's the problem. Like, whenever I lay down, it's like 2 a.m. because I'm a late sleeper. And then my mind will just go.
Oh.
It'll just go all over the place of useless shit. Things I don't need anymore. Conversations that have already passed. Fucked up thoughts. And like, one time it even went, did you set your alarm for school tomorrow? And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, I'm 21. What the fuck? I don't go to school anymore.
Oh, that's just hilarious.
It took the longest time for me to actually start setting my alarm for school.
I have my phone, which just has a scheduled alarm.
Yeah, so do I. And back then also. But I just didn't get up. I would just snooze it and go back to bed.
Snooze, it goes off again, you go back to bed again.
The first few years of high school were rough because I was already growing, and then in the summer I had such a huge growth spurt that I was constantly exhausted. I have an eyelash in my eye. I hate that.
And it's
feeling.
also something to do, like scientists research this kind of stuff, but teenagers are supposed to not go to bed too early. And schools start way too early for that.
Yeah.
Like, scientists actually begging schools, start a little later, you dingus.
And now they stop earlier. They stop at 2 now. Most schools stop at 2 now.
They're missing the fucking point.
Yeah. See, I would have probably been fine if I had to be at school at like, I don't know, 11, 12.
Yeah, I mean, like 10, I believe, was the goal kind of.
Oh no, I had to be at school at 9:30.
Most schools
no, earlier, or 8. I had to be at
8:30,
school at 8.
Then.
No, 8. For me, it was 8. I had to wake up at 7.
Yeah, I actually too, just to make it at 8:30.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
that
like
fast
I
anymore.
live like it's on the bike. It's like 3 minutes away from me where I went to school. So people were astonished that I was always late. It is in my last year that I finally got my act together when I wasn't growing anymore. That I was like, you know what, I'm fucking sick of it. I'm gonna rebrand myself as someone who comes on time, and I succeeded. When I stopped listening to people telling me what to do and I did it on my own volition, I succeeded.
Good job.
Because that's the thing. I'm gonna get like inspirational here. If someone tells you you have to do this, and you're like, I want to, but it's not working, give it time. You'll obviously, I don't know how much time it's gonna take. It also depends on what it is. If it's something you can't really help, with time, you yourself will get sick of it, and you will fix it. And when you do, you'll feel fucking amazing about it. That's how it went with me. I was always late. I always felt like shit. And one day I was just like, fuck this. I'm being teased over it by both fellow students and teachers. constantly reminded that, yeah, you're late every day. And it's like, yeah, gee, thank you. I hadn't fucking noticed. Just ignore that and do your own thing. Honestly, though, it works.
Sometimes people were telling me to get my
Sometimes.
act together, and if I had done that, I might continued education and all that.
Well, with me, it works. I can't stand it when people tell me what to do. I really can't.
No, me neither. I'm not the best at. Well, actually, no. I'm actually better at taking orders than giving them.
Oh, I'm really bad at taking orders. I can take orders from friends, but I can't take
I
orders
can
from
give
people
out
I do.
orders. Only usually I'm not confident enough to do it.
Yeah, like an example. That golf with friends stream with Ryu. The reason I got so mad at him was because he was giving me instructions.
He was backseat gaming, which is just frustrating.
Which is giving instructions. Even if he had done something in real life. If that was real life mini golf, he would have had his skull caved in with a golf club. Or at least almost. I would have definitely like raised the club and made him like flinch.
Yeah, at that point I would tell you to put it down, though.
No, probably not even that, because lately I've been perfecting my death stare.
No. If you threaten my friends, I will tell you to put the fuck
Oh no,
down.
no, the death stare is like me turning eyelids wide open and just looking at them without any expression.
Oh, I mean that's fine. You can death stare
because
them all you want.
That says so much more than any act of violence or threat. Then someone knows they have fucked up. Because they have. Don't fucking tell me what to do. Like, he got a lucky shot and got it in like what, 2 hits? And then he started instructing us on what to do. No, he isn't. He fucks up just as much as we do. He just gets lucky shots every now and again. So do we. But he's not, like, better than you or me at the game. I just don't really give a shit about the game in the first place. I'm not really trying to win. I'm not really trying to lose. I'm just trying to get in there as soon as possible. If that means I lose in the end, whatever. I'm just trying to get to the hole in the first place. In actual real-life mini-golf, I am really good. Like, actually, I've played it a few times, and I've won every time. I don't know how, but I always get the lucky shots, I guess. Yeah, I'd love to play some real-life mini-golf again with some friends.
Yeah.
I'd fucking love that, and, like, make a day out of it. I think that would be great.
I mean, usually you would make a day out of that.
Yeah.
Because you can't play mini golf in an hour.
Is the thing about mini golf these days, all those, like, courses are so run down.
Yeah, the thing is, they're not as popular as they used to be.
I don't even think there's anyone near our area anymore. There used to be a couple, but I think they've gone. Oh, I hear him typing. I hear the click clacks of fucking keyboard.
You are right. There are definitely not as many. There's one in all of Almere.
Okay.
And it is it's pretty near us actually.
Huh, that's neat. We might be able to look into that sometime.
Yeah, it's in Kruidenwijk.
That is nearby.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, we should go there sometime. Is it expensive?
I don't know. And it's got a 3.9 stars, so.
I guess that's good. But yeah, we'll see about that after the podcast. But yeah, like, I can't really stand. I especially can't stand it when someone talks down to me and says, "You have to do this. You have to.
Yeah.
You are required." And I'm like, what? Who the fuck are you? You can tell me what to do. Literally, that petty teenager comes out, and I'm like, you can't tell me what I can and can't do.
You can't tell me what to do.
No. My response is always, I don't have to do anything. I am not physically compelled to have to do anything. If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do it because I want to, not because you're telling me to. See, if my mom asks me to put dishes away, I don't mind doing that at all. I'm just forgetful, so if I don't do it immediately, I'll say I'll do it later, and then I won't because I'll forget. That's just me being stupid. But
I have that too, but my dad yells at me every time I forget.
But
and
like,
I'm really irritated whenever people yell at me because I forget something. I can't help it.
yeah, same. But like, say David tells me you have to do this in Borderlands, even if it's something I was already planning on doing. Say the scenario comes up, and like, god damn it.
I mean, to some degree, I think you should learn to take it, but yeah.
Like because what also pissed me off in Golf with Friends, is that he said that I got it because of him.
Okay, now that's just being a douche.
He said that, and I'm like, what? Fuck you?
Eat a dick.
Yeah, eat a dick. Pack it the fuck in. Watch him being the only person watching. And my chat just explodes. Nah. I don't even think he realizes that I have a channel.
I think he knows that much, because, you know, that kind of stuff does go around. But
mm-hmm. Does it, though?
It does.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm about to call it a podcast.
Yeah, it's been 1.5 hours, so.
Just about. So yeah, this has been Podsitively Castful, my second podcast. I will not be labeling these as episodes.
No, there is no particular order to them.
No, there isn't. I mean, well, there kind of is, but you can narrow it down to what order they were uploaded in, and of course what topics we discuss, and how our views will have hopefully changed in a few years, maybe. That could be interesting. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I've been Gloriously Newbie. Be glorious, stay newbie, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.